Hello beautiful creatures, welcome back to Of Crafts and Curios. Today I thought I'd do something a bit different for the channel and do a flip through of the March section of my journal, now that March has come to an end. And I thought I'd show you some doll ideas that I've got for upcoming videos. March's theme is very autumnal, as March is the first month of autumn here in the southern hemisphere. And I used a lot of Mabon imagery such as the waning moon and acorns, pomegranates and warm colours throughout my journaling. So each month I do a sort of bullet journal layout with important dates and a tracker. I use some post-it notes here to cover up sensitive info that involves other people's names and places, etc. But yeah, I like to do a tracker, a goal, a focus and a mantra for each month, and I really enjoyed this layout for March. I love the borders on the page. I think the peachy colors are super beautiful as it's one of my favorite colors. And yeah, I like the simplicity of having one tracker for multiple things, and it's really minimal and easy to access all the info. So yeah, this is my March kind of bullet journal page. The next section is something I also do every month. It's a lunar calendar. I like to keep track of the moon phases so I can plan any ritual or spell work that I may want to do that month. I cross off each day, and this video is being filmed on the 28th, so I can cross it off here. Full moon today, which is exciting. But yeah, I think that this page is super simple and really pretty, and I love the Art Deco images on the sides. I do use a lot of Art Deco throughout my whole journal as I find it quite whimsical. Now this spread is my March tarot. I like to do a tarot reading at the beginning of each month. I do a simple horseshoe spread for myself, 5 simple cards just to get a basic overview of the month. I know a lot of people like to do more complicated spreads, but this is super simple and gives you a good overview of everything that's coming for that month. You can see that they include the positions for present position, present expectation, what is unexpected, short-term future, and long-term future. Okay, so I hate this spread. I try to do a favorite spread most months, and this one just turned out trash. I love Angel and I'm enjoying watching it now that it's on Disney+, but this spread is just bad. So let me find one I do like this one from February for the craft. I used a lot of Redbubble stickers here to really bring about the idea of the craft, and I think this page just looks a lot better than my Angel page, and yeah, so hopefully my April spread will be better. And now onto my Mabon pages. As the Mabon Sabbat was in March, I did a few dedicated pages with just my thoughts and feelings on Mabon and a Mabon invocation. I took a few different invocations and sort of just mashed them together for this year's invocation in my journal. Again, I used a lot of pomegranate and acorn imagery, as these are often associated with Mabon. And yeah, I really like this spread. I think it has a great autumn energy. And yeah, you can have a read of the invocation if you want. And now on the following page, again, post-it notes to cover any personal info, but I did just do some classic journaling, reflections during Mabon. I set an intention for the next 6 months, and of course some celebratory crafts lists. I've got some stickers of my Mabon doll that I made with my Canon mini print, and yeah, some more harvest and pomegranate imagery. What wilts makes way for what shall be, I think is a great way to think about autumn. And yeah, now we're on to the planning section of this video. I wanted to bring you guys along as I plan some new doll ideas that I think you guys might enjoy for this channel. If you're here for the doll customizing content, of course. I wanted to think about how I could take the craft concept of my channel and stretch it into different directions. So first one is pretty obvious. I was thinking about the 4 corners and the 4 elements, this being of course earth, air, water and fire. I like this idea because it's pretty straightforward and can be enjoyed by lots of people, even if you aren't a practicing witch yourself. I also think the imagery will translate really easily to the doll format. There's a lot of rich colors and symbols and images that apply to each of the 4 elements that make the inspiration quite rich. So yeah, I think this is a good place maybe to start, who knows. Another fun idea I thought that I could play around with was the kind of typical witches that we see in a lot of media and a lot of stories about witches, such as the hedge witch or ocean or water witches or lunar witches, things like that. So I did want to make a little list of the types of witches that I think would translate really well into dolls. I think there's so much content here. There's so many types of witches. Yeah, so just put a little quick list. The kitchen witch first, because I'm a Taurus and I'm always hungry, so the kitchen witch makes a lot of sense to me. Going down into more traditional witches again, like the hedge witch, the forest witch, the garden witch, all that kind of stuff. Another idea I had is a little bit more abstract and kind of goes along the lines of a witch's toolkit. Things such as herbs like lavender, sage, and so on, I think could lend themselves to really cool dolls. There's a lot of rich color and a lot of history and imagery behind that sort of stuff. You could also incorporate crystals like rose quartz or amethyst. Those are really straightforward images that could translate really well into the doll medium. I think objects that everyday witches use could be just really fun. Going even as far as taking inspiration from the tarot and the sort of feminine energies that resonate in certain cards. There's heaps of images there that could really quickly translate into a really groovy doll. So that's kind of what I was thinking here. The next idea is pretty straightforward and is already widely done, but of course there's always astrology. I love this idea, but it is a big commitment. It's 12 dolls and it would have to be an ongoing series over the course of an entire year. So maybe once the Sabbat series is done, I could be keen to begin this. I also think a great way of spicing this idea up would be to opt for the ruling planets instead. Like how Venus rules Taurus and Libra, it would cut down the number of dolls required to be done, but also take it in a different spin that I'm not sure any other doll customizer has maybe gone for yet. I'm not sure, I just have some things to figure out about the astrology theme still. And so for the next idea, I will just say that despite my degree in English with first class honours, I did make some spelling mistakes. I was so adamant about remembering that triple has one P that I forgot that goddess has two Ds. But alas, this idea is something I'm really excited about. The triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone image permeates a lot of Wicca lore, and it's something that I think would be a great effigy. So I'm definitely going to start planning this one out. I'm not sure if I want to do 3 dolls or 1 doll with 3 heads or 3 torsos. I'm not really sure, but I do think this would be a really wonderful doll to create. So yeah, the triple goddess wood is definitely high on the list. I did do some more thinking about types of witches that I could do, adding celeb witches onto the list. What I mean by this is maybe some more videos like my Nancy Down video, which if you haven't seen yet, I'll put a card somewhere here so that you can check it out. But taking pop culture witches who are icons in their own rights and making doll versions of them might be kind of fun. After all, there are so many great iconic witches out there in the media, so I think that could definitely be something cool. Now, after all of that, I am going to leave some room just in case I get any other ideas over time, or if you guys have any suggestions, I could add them in. I really hope you guys like this video. I know it's different for this channel, but I wanted to make this channel feel a bit more inclusive and show you guys the different sides of using crafts as a way to channel your witchcraft. If you'd like to see more journaling videos, perhaps a tutorial or how I do one of my spreads or something, do let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video as much as I did, do give us a like and hit that subscribe button for more crafts and more curios.